Hi dear friends, welcome to Gallant IAS. The very important Congress sessions, Indian National Congress and their sessions, location, their presidents and the important resolutions. This concept is very important for your UPSC examination, for your IAS, IPS, IFS examination in the prelims. Definitely, this concept is important. So, in this session, in the very next 5 to 10 minutes, we will be covering the most important Congress sessions, their presidents, the locations, and the most important historical relevance or resolutions of each Congress session. Okay? So, we know that Indian National Congress was founded in 1885. The idea of Indian National Congress, Indian National Union, it was conceived by retired British civil servant A.O. Hume. So A.O. Hume conceived the idea of Indian National Congress and Lord Dufferin accepted, approved. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in 1885 Bombay, where W.C. Banerjee was the president. W.C. Banerjee was the president, and the initial name Indian National Union is renamed as Indian National Congress in the first session of Indian National Congress. It was in Bombay or Mumbai. In match the pair, in statement the type of questions UPSC asks about the first session location, president or the relevance, etc. So 1885 Bombay, W.C. Banerjee was the president, Indian National Union renamed as Indian National Congress. Second session, it was in 1886, it was held in Calcutta and the president was Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji, the grand old man of India and the great economist and author of this poverty and un-British rule in India. And he believed the biggest danger of British economic exploitation of India is, drain theory. Not even a single penny they spent for the welfare of Indians in India. Absolute zero to the public expenditure. That was the biggest danger of this British economic exploitation in India. That was illustrated, highlighted in his poverty and un-British rule in India. So this is 1886, Calcutta session of INC. President was Dadabhai Naoroji. Then Madras session 1887, Badruddin Tyabji. Why that session is relevant? Third session is relevant. Badruddin Tyabji was the first Muslim president of Indian National Congress. 1885, George Yule was the president, and this 1887 session was in Madras. Badruddin Tyabji, the first Muslim president of Indian National Congress. 1888, this George Yule, the first English president of Indian National Congress, George Yule. It was held in Allahabad. Then so many sessions, every year annual sessions are there. 1906, next important session is 1906. It was in Calcutta and the president was Dadabhai Naoroji. Why this 1906 session is important? Because 1906 Calcutta session, Dadabhai Naoroji, the president of Indian National Congress, for the first time used the term Swaraj. The Swaraj, the term is accepted, it is used by Dadabhai Naoroji, the president of Calcutta session of Congress 1906. 1907, the most popular Surat split happened. Moderate extremist divide. Okay. You see that moderate extremist adichipirinchi you see, over these ideological clashes. Moderates that believed in that prayer, petition, protest method. Okay, extremists believed in extra constitutional methods. So, obviously, 1907, Surat split happened, and that session was presided over by this Rash Behari Ghosh. Now, 1911, Calcutta session, 1911, it was headed by Pandit B.N. Dar, and in which Janagana Mana national anthem was first sung. Okay, 1911 session. 1911 session. Also that session rejected the idea of compulsory education. Okay, a proposal by Bal Gangadhar Tilak even opposed by majority national leaders also. 1916 Lucknow session, A.C. Majumdar was the president. 1916 Lucknow session of the Congress, A.C. Majumdar was the president. Why this session is significant? Definitely, significance is because of the fact that, Lucknow Pact is signed. Congress, Muslim League signed the Lucknow Pact, and moderates and extremists also reunited. So this happened in this Lucknow session 1916. A.C. Majumdar was the president. 1917 Calcutta session. Why that session is important? For the first time, Indian National Congress got a women president. 1917 session. 1917 Calcutta session was presided over by Annie Besant, the first women president of Indian National Congress. Now, 1922, Sri Das was the president. It was a Gaya session. It was in Gaya. Why this session is relevant? You see, next ideological split happened here. Swarajist, non-changes and pro-changes. Swarajist, they clashed, ideologically clashed with that hardcore Gandhians, okay, orthodox Gandhians, because Swarajist believed, they believed post-NCM, non-cooperation, post-suspension of NCM, they believed we must enter into legislative council, we must contest elections, enter into the council. In the council, we must demand for Swaraj. If the Swaraj is not accepted in the legislative council, we must consistently obstruct the functioning of legislative council, and that way we must continue the boycott. Okay. So the Swarajist emerged in 1922 Gaya session that was headed by Sri Das. 1924 Belgaum session. Why this Belgaum session is important? That was the only session of the Congress in which Gandhiji ever presided. Gandhiji was the president of only one Congress session, that was Belgaum session, 1924, in which Gandhiji endorsed the program of the Swarajist. He accepted the Swarajist as the parliamentary wing of the Congress. Now, 1925, this is Kanpur session. Why Kanpur session is relevant? Because this is the session in which the women president, the first Indian women president of Indian National Congress, Sarojini Naidu became the first Indian women president of Indian National Congress, 1925 Kanpur session. Now 1927, M.A. Ansari was the president. M.A. Ansari was the president of this 1927 Madras session, and this Madras session is relevant because you try to understand, the independence resolution was, accepted in the Congress, 1927, okay. 1929, next important session, which is Lahore session. Lahore session is historically significant. 4-5 times UPSC continuously asked about Lahore session. Why it is significant? Because Lahore session, which is headed by Jawaharlal Nehru, in the Lahore session 1929, Purna Swaraj resolution was adopted. Civil disobedience resolution was adopted. Resolution to boycott roundtable conferences was adopted, and complete independence, Purna Swaraj resolution was adopted in 1929, Lahore session. Now, 1931 Karachi session is important. So, Lahore session headed by or presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru. Then Karachi session 1931. Karachi session 1931. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the president of this Karachi session. Okay, 1931. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the president of this Karachi session. Why that session is important? Because two important programs. Two important programs means two important resolutions. One is on fundamental rights. One resolution is on fundamental rights, including the rights of women. Fundamental rights. One resolution is on national economic program. National economic program, and one is on fundamental rights. These two historical resolutions passed in this Karachi session of the Congress, 1931, in which Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the president. The 1934, that is another popular session. That session was presided over by Rajendra Prasad. Why 1934 session is important? Definitely, that witnessed the birth of this Congress Socialist Party. Okay, Congress Socialist Party. 1930s witnessed this rising wave, tide of this socialism within Congress and outside Congress also. So 1934 session is important, that marked the birth of this Congress Socialist Party. 1937 session, Faizpur session, which is headed by Jawaharlal Nehru. This is the session which was held in a village. First time Congress session held in a village, which is Faizpur session, 1937. 1938 Haripura session, which is headed by Subhash Chandra Bose. Haripura session is important. 1938 session, Haripura session is important, which is presided over by Subhash Chandra Bose. And also, National Planning Committee was constituted. Okay, National Planning Committee. Yeah, this is National Planning Committee under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. So, National Planning Committee. So, this idea is from Haripura session 1938. The 1939 Triburi session, which is headed by Subhash Chandra Bose. Triburi session again headed by Subhash Chandra Bose. Triburi session, 1939 Triburi session. This is by Subhash Chandra Bose. But the problem is Patabi Siddharamaiah. The Gandhiji's candidate was defeated. Subhash Chandra Bose was elected as the president of Triburi session. But due to force, Subhash Chandra Bose had to resign. And later he formed a forward bloc. Okay, he formed a forward bloc. 1948 Jaipur session, which is headed by Patabi Siddharamaiah. Okay, so actually, this is, a marathon roundup. This is a revision round of the most important Congress sessions of this INC. So please have a thorough revision. Try to understand what are the popular Congress sessions, their locations, their presidents, and their historical relevance. The major resolutions passed in each session, their historical relevance you go through. This is important for you for your prelims examination. Okay, have a thorough revision and definitely lots of questions being asked from this area and regular intervals UPSC asking from Congress sessions. So, okay, so please go through it and stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive, happy, and focus on continuous revisions. Practice the previous year's questions and UPSC standard model questions and be on track. Okay, thanking you. Bye.